On Christmas Day, A-list actress Ava Sterling posted a photo of herself next to a towering Christmas tree. Tucked in the corner of the frame, a flash of green on her wrist, a Rolex Submariner, the one they call the Hulk, caught her fans' attention. It didn't take long for the internet sleuths to dig up a matching watch on the Instagram of Hollywood's latest boy, Ethan Cole. His caption, "Thanks for the Christmas gift, babe." Winking face. Before I could even draft a furious reply, Ava beat me to it. She commented on his post, "My husband bought that with his own hard-earned money. Don't tag me." The internet exploded. Holy S, Ava Sterling is actually married? In the time it took me to take a shower, the hashtag #AvaEthan was the #1 trending topic on Twitter. By the time a friend sent me the link, telling me to grab some popcorn, my screen was flooded with shipper comments. They were really a couple. I knew it. They had so many matching posts during the Wildfire press tour. We need a ship name, people, stat. I'm all in on this. MY ship has sailed. I scrolled through their feeds. Sure enough, there were a lot of similar items. The kid had the same taste as me. I'll give him that. Just as I was about to set the record straight, Twitter crashed. Then a notification popped up. Ethan Cole was live on Instagram. On camera, Ethan looked boyish and handsome, a bashful blush painted on his cheeks. He smiled into his phone. "I'm so sorry to be taking up everyone's time. Thank you all for your concern, but I'd really prefer not to have so much focus on my private life. My career is my priority right now, and I just want to bring you all better work." He sniffled dramatically. The watch. It was a Christmas gift from a friend. I hope no one reads too much into it. The live comments weren't buying his faux modesty. "When's the wedding, Ethan?" "What friend? You mean Ava? OMG, I'm dying. When are you two making it official?" Ethan took a deep breath, a cryptic smile playing on his lips. "It'll be soon. As soon as there's good news, I promise I'll be the first to tell you all." "You two have good news? Then is this marriage certificate in my desk drawer a fake?" Watching Ethan's smarmy, manipulative act made my blood boil. I opened up the App Store, bought 10 of the most expensive Supernova virtual gifts, and blasted them across his live stream. The gaudy, sparkling animations completely took over the screen, finally drowning out the sickeningly sweet praise from his fans. Then, I started typing in the chat. "Ethan Cole, you two-faced little hack. Stop playing the victim. Are you seriously trying to leech fame off Ava Sterling? Take a good look in the mirror. Ava's standards are sky-high. She wouldn't look at you twice." My thumbs flew across the keyboard. I wish I could climb through the screen and wipe that smug look off his face. My righteous crusade, however, was not met with public support. Instead, I was met with a tidal wave of ridicule. Wow, here he is, Ava Sterling's #1 toxic male fan, back to harass everyone. El Mayo, which asylum did this guy escape from? Someone get him back in his straitjacket. It's Leo Vance again. Does he have a personal vendetta against Ethan Cole? They've gone at it like a dozen times. Does it matter if it's real? Ava's own boss just confirmed it. The flood of comments was so absurd I had to laugh. I immediately called my company's PR team and told them to start cleaning up this digital garbage fire. Ethan Cole was a big name in young Hollywood, with a string of good roles lately. He'd recently co-starred with Ava in the blockbuster hit Wildfire, and his stock had skyrocketed. I, on the other hand, am Leo Vance, the CEO of Starlight Entertainment. Ava is my star artist, a universally acclaimed, award-winning actress. And don't get the wrong idea. There are no sordid casting couch-style arrangements between us. I started Starlight Entertainment for her. As for Ethan Cole, he and I had clashed countless times before over his habit of poaching roles and resources meant for my artists. "Honey, why the long face?" I turned to see Ava, fresh from the shower, a towel wrapped around her. A goddess. I shoved my phone in her face. The more she scrolled, the wider her eyes got. "Whoa, we have the same bag. And that jacket is identical too," she murmured, scrolling faster. "What? The same phone case? What are the astronomical odds of that?" "Honey, I swear on my life, you bought all this stuff for me. Don't tell me you bought 2 of everything and gave a set to Ethan." Seeing the epic eye roll I was giving her, she quickly started typing a reply on her own phone, the one that would break the internet. "My husband bought that with his own hard-earned money. Don't tag me." But her fans didn't take it at face value. "Whoa, she's married. I knew it. Wait, maybe this is her way of denying it." For the person above, you clearly don't get how Hollywood works. The A-lister is protecting the rising star's career. I saw that last comment, and my face went dark. I stormed into the bedroom and slammed the door. We're sleeping in separate rooms tonight. Outside, I could hear Ava's theatrical wails for forgiveness. I lay in bed, scrolling through the comments, getting angrier by the second. "Leo, I'm sorry. I won't be a smartass anymore, I promise. Please? I'm leaving for that closed set tomorrow for months. If we don't sleep together tonight, we won't get to for ages. Shut up, you're giving me a headache. Keep it up and I'll have you packed and on set tonight. Ava was heading off to join acclaimed director Alan Ford's new project, The Expanse, for intensive on-location training. That left me to attend the Spotlight Awards gala by myself. Of course, as a studio head, I was there to present an award. Under the bright lights, Ethan Cole's name flashed on the giant screen, Best Newcomer. Dressed in a sharp tuxedo, Ethan walked gracefully to the stage. I scoffed internally. Worked your whole life just to still be a newcomer. But then the presenter's name appeared on the screen, and my smile froze. It was me. What rotten luck. The live stream chat went nuts. Why crap, it's a showdown. The drama of the year is happening right now. Look at Leo Vance's face. He looks like he just swallowed a fly. I'll bet you $5 Leo is about to throw some serious shade when he hands over that award. I'll bet 10. Expressionless, I walked onto the stage and handed the trophy to Ethan. He accepted it and began his speech. I want to thank the Academy, my incredible fans, my family. He paused for effect. And I want to thank that special someone who's always by my side. I'll keep working hard, and I hope all of you will send us your blessings. When it was my turn to offer congratulations, I didn't pull a single punch. I hope, Mr. Cole, that you'll let your work do the talking from now on, instead of spending all your time chasing clout. It'd be a shame to spend your whole career and still be a rookie. I leaned closer to the mic. And clout chasing has its limits, doesn't it, Mr. Cole? Don't think I don't know about your little tricks, stealing roles, manufacturing drama, using Starlight's artists as your personal stepping stones. Ethan's face immediately crumpled into a mask of wounded innocence. Mr. Vance, you've misunderstood me. I was just... As expected, the chat exploded. Leo Vance is so vicious. Look, he's about to make our Ethan cry. Poor Ethan. Leo is such an arrogant bully. So what if you're rich? Does that give you the right to walk all over people? Leo Vance is just jealous that Ethan is younger and better looking. Sitting back at my table, my phone buzzed. It was a text from Ava. That's my man. So fierce. You absolutely crushed him. Fire. It was followed by a smirking emoji. Moments later, a new post appeared on Twitter. Ava Sterling, at Ava Sterling, V. The boss is right. It's not vicious, it's tough love. / at Hollywood Gossip. Leo Vance tears into Ethan Cole. Things get heated. Video link. The replies flew in, all of them accusing me of abusing my power. Leo Vance is a monster, using his position as CEO to bully him. Ava, blink twice if you're being held hostage. Poor Ethan, being pushed around by corporate suits like this. I gritted my teeth. This wasn't me bullying him. This was the entire internet bullying me, the supposed corporate suit. If it weren't for Ava's career and the delicate state of Starlight stock, I would have kept things a lot less quiet. I would have just slapped our marriage certificate on their faces. To make matters worse, I was somehow booked on the same reality show as Ethan. The new hit show was called Star Maker, a competition where industry veterans mentor undiscovered artists, helping them plan their careers and connecting them with resources. I would have bet my life that Ethan wouldn't show up. He just won Best Newcomer. What business did he have mentoring anyone else? It made no sense. The first day of filming dropped a heavyweight challenge on us. Myself, Ethan, veteran actress Grace Evans, and singer Liam Swift were each tasked with creating a red carpet look for our respective mints. Full glam, gown, the works. We were all industry veterans, so we had the connections. I circled my mentee, a young idol named Chloe Jensen, sizing her up. She had a cool, elegant aura. With your figure and vibe, the latest piece from Serafina would be perfect. The live stream chat immediately filled with mockery. Serafina? That's the founder's personal couture brand. You can't just buy that with money. This Leo Vance guy reeks of new money. Does he really think cash can solve everything? You can't just get a Serafina gown. Unless you're connected to the highest echelons of society. It's all exclusive, custom work. Ethan sidled over. Mr. Vance, you can't just borrow a Serafina, you know. I happen to have a few connections, though. Need a hand. He puffed out his chest. My artist is also planning on wearing the latest from Serafina. I shot him a sideways glance. No, thanks, Mr. Cole. Why don't you just worry about yourself? Muttering something about Serafina's new haute couture, Ethan walked away. The chat was buzzing. Leo Vance is about to get so owned. Our Ethan has actually worn Serafina before. If Leo Vance manages to get a real Serafina, I will literally eat my own shoes on a live stream. Get ready for the humiliation. Ethan is the prince of couture. I was confused. When had Ethan Cole ever worn Serafina? I did a quick search on my phone, and what I found made my brow furrow in suspicion. On the day of the red carpet event, the drama escalated. My artist, Chloe, and Ethan's artist, Noah, showed up wearing the exact same gown. It was a stunning black and gold neo-deco dress. But I could tell at a glance that the cut on Noah's was all wrong. It wasn't a modern take on a classic. It was a cheap, flapper-style knockoff. Ethan, however, pointed a finger at Chloe's dress and laughed loudly. Leo, you've gone too far. You actually put Chloe in a counterfeit gown? Do you have any respect for Serafina? This is an insult to the designer. He turned to Noah and comforted him gently. Don't worry, Noah. The one you're wearing is the real deal. I pulled some major strings to get it. I shot back, Mr. Cole. Are you sure the one you borrowed is authentic? The chat instantly blew up. Is Leo Vance just being a sore loser? A Serafina is impossible to borrow. How could he have got a real one? I feel so bad for Chloe. Leo totally screwed her over by making her wear a fake. Leo is so toxic. How can he turn around and accuse Ethan? Just then, the official Serafina Twitter account posted something new. First, they retweeted a photo of Chloe in her gown with a one-word caption, authentic. Then, they retweeted a photo of Noah and Ethan, again with a one-word caption, fake. And then another word, tacky. Everyone was stunned. Ethan's face went ghost white. He stammered, This is impossible. My assistant must have lied to me. The tide of the chat turned in a heartbeat. Oh, so was the assistant's fault. Ethan is a victim too. Poor Ethan, his own team screwed him over. Ava, come protect your man. Wow, Leo is the real deal. He actually got a custom Serafina. See, I knew Leo wasn't the type to use counterfeits. After Ethan released a tearful statement, his fans rushed to agree that he had been duped by his assistant. But he was still getting hammered by Serafina's legal team and looked completely drained by the time we filmed the second episode. This week's theme was to select a suitable movie script for our artist and suggest improvements. Unfortunately, Ethan and I were assigned to the same group. Spread out in front of us was the script for Ava's breakout film, Wildfire. The producers were probably hoping we could find a new angle on a classic. I flipped through the script, a concept already forming in my mind. Tone down the male hero worship and focus more on the female lead's growth and self-reliance in the face of adversity. I think the core of this script is, I began, but Ethan cut me off. Mr. Vance, I think the core of the script lies in the male lead's struggle and redemption. That's how Ava played it, and it was a huge success. Ethan wore an expression that screamed, I know better than you. I gave a cold laugh. Mr. Cole, times have changed. Audiences have changed. People want to see independent, strong female characters, not damsels in distress waiting for a man to save them. But Ethan started to argue, but I cut him off again. Besides, Ava's take on it might not be what you think. Her performance back then was constrained by the market at the time. If she were to play that role again today, she'd definitely have a fresh interpretation. Ethan tapped the script, his voice dripping with defiance. Mr. Vance, what's that supposed to mean? Are you suggesting you know Ava better than I do? My ideas came from Ava herself. He leaned in conspiratorially. Ava told me she loved this character arc. She thought that kind of sacrifice was noble. My brain short-circuited. What? The chat, however, was eating it up. Showdown. This is a total showdown. Poor Ava, caught between her husband and her boss. Ethan has to be right. I bet Ava talks about this stuff with him in private all the time. I'm shipping this so hard. I can't even imagine how happy they must be discussing scripts together behind the scenes. Furious, I pulled out my phone and dialed Ava's number. Well, let's just ask Ava, shall we? To my utter humiliation, all I got was the cold, robotic voice of her voicemail. The person you are calling is unavailable. Oh dear, Ethan said, his face a perfect mask of innocence, though his voice held a glimmer of triumph. Ava must be on a closed set for her new movie. Phones are off. She's unreachable. It finally hit me. This two-faced parasite wasn't just leeching off Ava's fame. He was actually trying to make a move on my wife. In the end, probably because the producers were afraid of offending both Ava and the original screenwriter, the script was only slightly modified. And I was once again a trending topic for all the wrong reasons. Hashtag Leo Vance power trip fails. Hashtag Leo Vance loses when Ava won't answer her phone. The third episode's challenge was, as I'd expected, music-focused, compose an original song. The live chat was a chorus of doom, since the other mentors were all music school graduates. Leo Vance is toast this time. Can't wait to watch him crash and burn. But on performance day, my fingers danced across the black and white keys, a fluid, soaring melody pouring out, weaving around Chloe's ethereal vocals. The song echoed through the studio. When it ended, The room was silent for a beat before erupting into thunderous applause. Even the notoriously harsh judge was impressed. "Mr. Vance, you've been holding out on us. With that level of piano skill, it's a shame you're not a professional concert pianist." Just as I was basking in the praise, Ethan spoke up, his tone dripping with insinuation. "Mr. Vance, that song. It sounds a little familiar, don't you think? Isn't it a bit like Remembrance by Vesper? Plagiarism?" Everyone knew Vesper's fanbase was ferociously loyal. This snake was trying to get me canceled. The chat's mood shifted instantly. "Whoa, it does sound kind of similar. Is it really plagiarized? Would Leo really stoop that low just to win?" I knew it. How could a businessman be that talented? He must have ripped it off. I took a deep breath, about to defend myself, but realized I had no defense. I couldn't just say, "I wrote both songs," could I? As I hesitated, debating whether to blow my cover, Ava posted again. "Ava Sterling, at Ava Sterling, V. I support my boss unconditionally. There is no way this is plagiarism." Her tweet ignited a firestorm in the comments. What is Ava saying? Defending her boss means she's calling Ethan a liar? Sellout. She'd throw away her integrity for money. I feel so bad for Ethan. "Ava, are you blind? Leo Vance is a user who's been exploiting you this whole time. Unfollowed. Ava, you're a huge disappointment." In no time, hashtag Ava Sterling sellout was trending and an avalanche of hate came pouring in. At the same time, the Golden Globe nominations were announced. Ava had won Best Actress for her role in The Whisper. I let out a long breath. That was the 5th major award. The clause in her contract was fulfilled, and the promised shares of the company were now hers. No more hiding. A text from Ava popped up. "I'm on my way, honey. I know you miss me, winking face." There was a reason we'd kept our marriage a secret. I founded Starlight Entertainment for Ava, and because I poured all the resources into her, the company's other ventures were struggling. I had to seek outside investment. The investors held a controlling stake, far more than I did, leaving me without the final say. But their contract with Ava stipulated that she would be granted a significant number of shares after winning a certain number of major awards. We decided to wait until we had a controlling interest in the company before going public. If we had announced our marriage earlier, the investors would have meddled relentlessly. Now it seemed the time was right. Meeting Ava had been mortifying. We were both UCLA alums and went to the same campus gym. One day, I overestimated my strength on a weight machine and let out a rather loud fart. To cover my embarrassment, I quickly grabbed a nearby towel and wiped down the equipment. Ava's voice floated over. "Hi, that's my sweat towel." I turned, and there she was, a wry, amused smile on her face. The only thought in my head was, she's beautiful. Later, I bought her a new towel and treated her to dinner to apologize. Utterly smitten, I convinced her to be my gym buddy. She didn't seem to mind, and soon we were spending all our time together. Eventually, I gave her myself. She claimed she was just as smitten with me from the start. From then on, we built our careers together. Ava in the spotlight, me behind the scenes. All told, we've been together for 7 years. If it wasn't for this whole mess with Ethan, I wouldn't have had any desire to go public at all. Ava's arrival on the set of Star Maker sent the internet into a frenzy. Everyone was buzzing about how she was going to be torn between her husband and her boss. The tabloids started calling me and Ethan Hollywood's most dysfunctional in-laws. The next episode was more relaxed, a short camping trip for all the cast members. When Ava showed up, she was dressed in simple, casual clothes, but she still looked breathtaking. Ethan immediately rushed over. "Ava, you're here." Ava, however, just gave him a polite nod, her eyes scanning past him to find me. "Leo." The chat exploded. Ava is so shameless, ignoring her husband to suck up to her boss for money. There's something shady going on between those two. Leo Vance is a total snake, seducing our Ava. Everyone chill. Has anyone considered that maybe Leo and Ava are the real couple? And Ethan is just a decoy? Gonna ask quietly. Does anyone else ship Leo and Ava? He's way hotter than most actors. OMG, yes. Person above, you get me. I've been shipping them in secret for ages. When it came time to form teams to buy supplies, Ethan had the best luck, drawing the role of tour guide, who held all the money. On the way to the store, he wouldn't shut up. "Ava, I deserve a cup of coffee. Queen Ava, may I have a delicious cheese curd? This rotisserie chicken looks good. Let's get to." Ava just gave him lukewarm replies. "Whatever you want." When I saw Ethan reach for a second rotisserie chicken, I quickly stopped him. We were on a tight budget, and I couldn't let him blow it all. Ava has a sensitive stomach. If she didn't have proper food, she'd be miserable. I grabbed his hand as he was reaching for the chicken. "Hold on. Our budget is limited." Buying this much will just be a waste. Ethan's hand froze mid-air, his expression instantly souring. I just wanted everyone to eat well. He mumbled, looking so pitiful you'd think I was the villain. I only bought myself one coffee. I frowned, gesturing to the shopping cart, overflowing with chips and soda. There are only 6 of us. Don't you think 2 whole chickens is a bit much? Besides, with our budget, we can't afford all this. I made sure to emphasize 6 of us and limited budget, hoping he'd get the hint. Ethan put on his best kick puppy face. But we can use the bones to make broth. Everyone can have some, so it's not a waste. I was speechless. I had no idea how to argue with that bizarre logic. Ava's brow furrowed slightly. Ethan, stop it. Leo's right. We're on a budget, and buying that much is a waste. Ethan seemed shocked that Ava would take my side. He blinked, and the look of betrayal on his face deepened. Ava, you're defending him. His face scrunched up as if he'd suffered a terrible injustice. In the end, thanks to Ava's insistence, Ethan only bought 1 chicken. That scene, however, became viral online. Hashtag Ava defends boss. Hashtag Leo and Ethan clash. And hashtag the new odd couple started trending as viewers fiercely debated the situation. The live chat was a cesspool. Leo Vance is a homewrecker, trying to destroy a happy relationship. The other man, so shameless. Poor Ethan, having to deal with this guy trying to steal his girlfriend. Cancel Leo Vance. Show him what happens when you mess with other people's lives. That evening, during the campfire chat session, Ethan wasted no time sitting down next to Ava. The fire crackled, casting flickering shadows on everyone's faces. Ethan subtly edged closer to Ava, practically pressing himself against her. Ava nonchalantly shifted away, which only brought her closer to me. Ava, are you cold? Ethan's voice was clear in the night air. He reached out, as if to tuck a strand of hair behind her ear. Ava smoothly dodged his hand. He didn't seem to notice her aversion, leaning in again, this time offering her a piece of beef jerky. Ava, have some of this. I slapped his hand away. Watch yourself, Ethan. Be professional. Ethan pouted, putting on his innocent act again. Is Leo Vance insane? He's bullying Ethan again. Why doesn't Leo just disappear? He's so disgusting to watch. This guy is seriously twisted. He can't stand to see anyone else happy. Someone should suggest Leo see a therapist. He's clearly got issues. Ethan shot to his feet and tried to pull Ava up to defend him. Ava, look at how Mr. Vance is treating me. Ava's expression hardened instantly. She stood up abruptly, putting distance between herself and Ethan. Her voice was sharp with annoyance. Ethan, please be more respectful. I already have a husband. The words hung in the air. The entire set went silent. The camera zoomed in on Ethan, the smile frozen on his face, his eyes wide with shock and disbelief. The live chat exploded. What? Ava's married? And her husband isn't Ethan Cole? I thought they were a couple this whole time. Did I get it all wrong? So, Ethan is the other man? I've been shipping the wrong couple. So that's why Ava has been so cold to him this whole time. Oh my God. Plot twist of the century. Holding a chicken bone in one hand and a piece of beef jerky in the other, I grinned. Did you hear that, Ethan? Stay away from my wife. I took a bite. Don't even think about it. Ava's mine. I pointed the chicken bone at him. We're legally married. I've got the certificate to prove it. Ava immediately came to my side, linking her arm through mine like a puppy choosing its owner. The live stream chat became a blur of text. HLYS what? IS happening I hallucinating. So Ethan is the one trying to break them up. MY Nitch ship is canon. The servers couldn't handle the traffic. They crashed. Twitter went into total meltdown. Hashtag Ava Sterling secret marriage. Hashtag Leo and Ava official. Hashtag Ethan Cole the other man. And hashtag Starmaker Live crashes dominated the top 10 trending spots, each followed by a bright red, exploding icon. Gossip bloggers had a field day. The internet was feasting. It was like Christmas for celebrity drama. The show ended with the broadcast cutting out. Ethan's team reacted quickly. He put on a show, bowing to the camera in a pre-recorded apology, claiming he was just bravely pursuing love and had no idea Ava was married. The manipulative stench was so thick you could smell it through the screen. I rolled my eyes and chewed on the last of my beef jerky. Ava, looking disgusted, handed me a napkin. You're a mess. Like a little kid. Her tone was scolding, but her eyes were full of affection. I snatched the napkin and wiped my mouth. Mind your own business. I'll do what I want. The public wasn't buying Ethan's apology. Someone dug up all the things he'd posted on his Instagram, from clothes and shoes to a phone case, and found that even a thermos Ava had once used had been copied by him. He was a bona fide male stan, obsessed and delusional. And just like that, hashtag Ethan Coldestan was trending. His PR team was probably in full panic mode, issuing statements that it was all a coincidence, that it was normal for styles to overlap these days. Faced with the mountain of evidence, all he could do was offer a weak defense. I bought all those things myself. It's really just a coincidence. I took a screenshot of my Amazon order history and posted it to Twitter with a caption, "Oops, my bad. Forgot to mention, I bought all this stuff for my wife. I had no idea your taste was so similar to mine, Mr. Cole. Great minds think alike, I guess." I added another tweet. "I guess my shopping history is the new trendsetter's guide. My taste must be pretty good. At Ethan Cole, you're welcome. Next time you need ideas, just ask. I'm practically your style mentor now, huh?" My post sent the internet into another frenzy. Ha 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 ha. Leo Vance's move is legendary. He just completely owned Ethan Cole. I'm dying. Was Ethan trying to steal Leo's life? He even wanted to steal his wife. So all those matching items were gift from Leo to Ava? Is Ethan just trying to copy Leo's taste? That's pathetic. I almost feel bad for Ethan for a second. This is a public execution of his entire career. Ethan's Instagram comments were a war zone. Users flooded his posts, calling him a wannabe, a copycat, and an identity thief. His PR team, clearly blindsided, had no response. Just as I was savoring the internet's collective roast of Ethan Cole, ready to add more fuel to the fire, the tide suddenly turned. A torrent of negative press came crashing down on me. I was accused of butchering the Wildfire script, of plagiarizing the celebrated artist Vesper, and someone even claimed I'd bribed a Serafina employee to borrow a couture gown I had no right to wear. I almost laughed out loud. My closet was packed to the brim with custom Serafina suits. Bribe someone? This generation of online trolls really needed to up their game. Who has this much time on their hands? They didn't even bother to fact-check their fanfiction, I said, rolling my eyes as I reached for a bag of chips. Ava, snatch them away. Stop eating. We need to deal with this. I couldn't be bothered to respond, but the author of Wildfire had a notoriously rabid fanbase. His work was considered sacred ground. Mess with it, and you get burned. Now, with someone claiming I was planning to rewrite his masterpiece, I was being roasted alive. A user claiming to be a friend of the original author, who wrote under the pseudonym J.D. Rook, popped up, saying Rook was furious with my adaptation and felt I had desecrated his work. To make things even more disgusting, Ethan chose this moment to resurface. He posted on Twitter, hinting that he was about to star in J.D. Rook's newest project. It was a subtle way of showing that Rook was on his side, which indirectly validated the claim that the author was unhappy with me. My mentions were instantly flooded. Vesper's fans call me a plagiarist, and J.D. Rook's fans call me a hack who ruins classics. The two armies joined forces, and their combined firepower was staggering. The top comments on my latest post were all vitriol. Leo Vance, get out of Hollywood. Plagiarists don't belong here. You don't understand Wildfire at all. What gives you the right to adapt J.D. Rook's work? We stand with Vesper. Boycott the copycat. Ava saw the comments. Without a word, she picked up her phone and started doing something. A few minutes later, she walked over with a bowl of fruit and stroked my hair. Have some fruit. And check my Instagram. I opened the app and saw she just posted a new vlog. It started with Ava holding her phone, aimed at me, a smile on her face. Today, I'm giving everyone a little tour of my husband's closet. The camera panned around my massive walk-in closet, filled with racks of shoes, watches, and ties. The most prominent feature was a wall of wardrobes, all filled with custom Serafina suits. Ava pulled them out one by one, showing off the exquisite craftsmanship of each piece. These were all custom-made for my husband by the designer at Serafina, she explained as she displayed them. Every single one is unique. He's the only person in the world who owns them. At the end of the vlog, Ava looked into the camera. Some people say my husband isn't worthy of wearing Serafina couture. Well, I like to say that not only is he worthy, he wears it better than anyone else. Her vlog immediately went viral. That many custom Serafina suits. I'm so jealous. Ava is the ultimate hype wife. I'm dead. Damn, Leo Vance looks good in Serafina. But while many were dazzled by the display of wealth, Vesper and J.D. Rook's fans were relentless, still hammering me about plagiarism and ruining the original work in the comments. So what if you're rich enough to wear Serafina? Plagiarism is still plagiarism. Does money let you do whatever you want? Destroy a classic. Boycott plagiarists. Boycott Leo Vance. Reading the comments, I felt a surge of frustration. How could these people be so dense? Starlight Entertainment's stock price took a hit, plummeting as the controversy raged. Ava's own social media was flooded with comments from fans saying they were unfollowing her, calling her a fool for defending a plagiarist against the entire internet. At this point, I had no choice. It was time to reveal my hand. I started planning. On the morning the online attacks reached their peak, the official Serafina account retweeted Ava's vlog with a simple caption, claiming our head designer's closet. Serafina's tweet was a boulder dropped into a calm lake, sending ripples everywhere. Twitter crashed for a full 10 minutes. When it came back online, hashtag Leo Vance's Serafina, hashtag Leo Vance reveal, and hashtag Ava the Hype Wife were dominating the trending topics. The comments section was chaos. There was shock, disbelief, and of course, the trolls who refused to back down. WAIT. Leo Vance is the head designer of Serafina. No wonder he has so many custom suits. He designs them himself. So what if you're a designer? How do you explain plagiarizing Vesper and butchering J.D. Rook's work? I read the comments with a cold smile. Just you wait, trolls. The other shoe is about to drop. I could already see the stock price rebounding. Just then my phone rang. It was Alan Ford, the director. Leo, I have J.D. Rook on my live stream right now. Are you ready? Absolutely. On the screen, Alan was sitting across from a figure in a mask and hoodie, their face completely obscured. Mr. Rook, Alan began, there are rumors that you are very unhappy with Leo Vance's adaptation of your novel, Wildfire. Is that true? The voice that came through was cool and melodic. Yes, I am unhappy. The chat exploded. The trolls were ecstatic, screaming for me to be banished from Hollywood. On the other side of the screen, J.D. Rook let out a soft chuckle. That voice. It sounded so familiar. Then, the figure pulled off their mask and hood, revealing the face the trolls knew all too well. Mine? Since when, I asked the camera, do I need the internet's permission to adapt my own work? The live stream chat went into absolute meltdown. Someone asked my mom why I'm watching this live stream on my knees. Because I am witnessing God. I'm officially a die-hard Leo Vance fan for life. What kind of multi-talented genius is this man? HOYS. I'm in love. This man is a legend. The trolls were collectively stunned into silence. One by one, they quietly deleted their hateful comments and sheepishly joined my growing army of fans. Ava spammed the chat with the most expensive virtual gifts, her boasts mixed in with the fan shock. That's my husband. He's the best. My husband is the hottest. I love him so much. Drool's so glad I snatch him up first, smiling face with hard eyes. I scrolled through the sea of praise, humming a cheerful tune. I logged into my J.D. Rook Twitter account and replied to one of Ethan's old posts. Stay in your lane. Ava, wearing pajamas with her hair in a messy bun, walked in with a plate of cut fruit. So, feeling better now? Much better. The storm has passed, I said with a grin, popping a strawberry into my mouth. She curled up in my lap. Honey, I must have saved the world in a past life to deserve to marry you. I pretended to push her away. So cheesy. It's weird when you're this sentimental. She just leaned in and kissed me. Life after the big reveals was much easier. The stock rebounded, collaboration offers poured in, and even the trolls who had been calling for my head vanished. Ava, my personal hype woman, took her job to a whole new level. Her social media became a constant stream of posts about loving her husband, praising her husband, and being obsessed with her husband. Fans are dying to know the story of how we met and fell in love, so I agreed to a feature interview with a major magazine. On the day of the interview, Ava got dressed up like she was heading to the Oscars. She looked absolutely stunning. I roll my eyes. Are you serious right now? She winked at me, a smug look on her face. Of course I'm serious. This is our first official interview as a married couple. It has to be a big deal. The interview was surprisingly fun. The host was great, asking a lot of the questions fans were curious about, like how Ava and I met. I cleared my throat, ready to give my version of the story. Well, back in college, my husband fell in love with me at first sight. Ava cut in, looking like it was the most obvious thing in the world. I nearly choked. You asked me out first. Ava shrugged innocently. I never said I didn't. I just said you fell in love at first sight. She leaned in close, whispering so only I could hear. Even though you were acting like a total dork, you were still devastatingly handsome. I stomped on her foot under the table, but she just laughed harder. The host and the camera crew were beaming, clearly enjoying the show. The live comments flew by. I'm shipping this couple for life. They're so sweet and cute. My ship is a legally married couple. They're so sweet, it's giving me a toothache. I hereby declare myself a lifelong member of the Ava Leo fan club. The host asked another question. So, when did you officially start dating? I thought back. It was the sophomore year spring festival. She had just finished performing, and I gave her a bouquet of flowers, and then Ava cut me off again, a mischievous glint in her eye. And then I cornered him backstage and kissed him. Ava, I exclaimed, my face burning. The live chat went wild. OMG, the powerful CEO is actually the shy one. Go, Ava. I didn't know you had it in you. My Ice Queen actress is secretly this bold. After the interview, Ava's husband praise campaign went into overdrive, posting little stories from our past on Twitter every few days. The shippers were in heaven. Our wedding anniversary was coming up, and this time, I was going to be the one to surprise her. Fans suddenly noticed that the reclusive musician Vesper, who hadn't released a song in years, had just posted something new on social media. It looked like a new single. When they clicked the link, their jaws dropped. At Vesper Music V, new song, 7 years. To my 7 years with Ava. The live stream chats imploded. WTF? 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 Did I hear that right? Vesper is Ava's husband. Wait, Vesper is Ava's husband, which means Vesper is Leo Vance? Oh my god. So I was yelling at my favorite artist for plagiarizing himself? I am the worst. This new song is beautiful. The lyrics are so touching. I'm not crying, you're crying. I was happily reading the comments when I saw that Ava had just posted something, too. The title was bold and clear. To the love of my life, Leo Vance. I clicked on it and read, my heart pounding faster with every word. She had revealed everything I had ever done for her over the years. From writing songs just for her, to creating screenplays with her as the protagonist, to founding Starlight Entertainment itself. There's so many talented people in Hollywood, but not everyone is as lucky as I am to have a company that believes in them, to have custom-written theme songs, to have scripts written just for them. And all of that I have because of my husband, Leo Vance. That foolish woman. Did she have any idea what this kind of public declaration would do to her career? I bolted out of the recording studio, needing to find her and ask her what she was thinking. But when I burst into the living room, I found it covered in a sea of red roses. Ava stood in the middle, looking at me with so much love in her eyes. Honey, are you surprised? Surprised? Are you kidding me? I couldn't help my outburst. Ava, what are you doing? Scaling back your work to support me? Have you lost your mind? Do you know what this means for you right now? Sure, she said, cutting off my rant. Honey, don't be upset. Just listen. Leo, you've worked so hard for so many years, she said softly. You've always been the one behind the scenes, supporting me, making me who I am. Without you, there would be no Ava Sterling. Thank you, my husband, my mentor, my J.D. Rook, my Vesper. I want to slow down, she continued, so that you can finally focus more on your own passions, instead of pouring everything into supporting me. I pulled her into my arms. You idiot. I did all of that because I wanted to. You're not just the star of your own life. You're the star of mine, too. I choked out. She stood on her toes and gently kissed the tears from my cheeks. Our public conversation on social media became the talk of the town. I checked the trending topics. And number one, with a bright red, exploding icon, was hashtag Ava and Leo Epic Love. Scrolling down, I saw hashtag Vesper Ava 7 years, hashtag Leo Vance, hashtag Leo Vance the real deal. Out of the top 10 topics, 7 were about us. Of course, there were still some discordant notes. Ethan Cole, in some fit of madness, had decided to attack Ava, calling her a gold digger who slept her way to the top. But the internet wasn't having it. His comments section turned into a slaughterhouse. You think you have the right to talk about our Queen Ava? Know your place. Her husband is Leo Vance. Vesper, G.D. Rook, you're just bitter and jealous. Ethan Cole, just retire already. Stop embarrassing yourself. What surprised me even more was that Ava's fans were more ferocious than I was, flooding Ethan's social media and demanding he leave the industry. Suddenly, stories about couples supporting each other's success were everywhere. Ava and I had become Hollywood's model couple. Later, I found out that Ethan's little stunt was the final nail in his coffin. Evidence of him hiring troll farms to attack me in the past was leaked, irrefutable proof. His agency, terrified I would pull the licenses for my scripts and music, cut their losses, and unceremoniously dropped him. And as for Ava and me, we were living our quiet, happy life, planning to disappear from the public eye for a while to rest. Wrapped in thick parkas, Ava and I stood in the snow-covered landscape of Fairbanks, Alaska, gazing up at the ethereal dance of the northern lights. The deep blue night sky was a vast canvas, streaked with vibrant ribbons of green, pink, and purple, a spectacular cosmic fireworks show. It's beautiful, Ava murmured, leaning against me. It is, I said, wrapping my arms around her and resting my chin on top of her head. Just like you. She nudged me playfully. Such a smooth talker. Only for you, I smiled, kissing the top of her head. This was the first stop on our wish list tour. Back when we were broke college students, we promised each other that one day, we would see the aurora borealis together. And now we finally had. In the days that followed, we went bungee jumping in Queenstown, New Zealand. Standing on the platform, my legs turned to jelly. I couldn't bring myself to jump. What are you afraid of? Ava yelled over the wind. I'm right here with you. The certainty in her voice gave me a surge of courage. I took a deep breath, closed my eyes, and leaped. The wind roared in my ears, my heart pounding in my chest. After we landed, I pulled her into a massive hug. I did it. She patted my head. I knew you could. We skied in the Swiss Alps, our laughter echoing across the mountains. We kissed under the Eiffel Tower in Paris. We drifted through the canals of Venice on a romantic gondola. Everywhere we went, fans would recognize us and offer their congratulations. Some screamed with excitement, some took sneaky photos, and some even gave us handmade gifts. Ava, Leo, we'll support you forever, a young girl shouted, tears of excitement shining in her eyes. Ava waved back with a smile. I waved too, a warm feeling spreading through my chest. In Finland, we stayed in Santa Claus Village. Even though Christmas had passed, the place was still filled with a fairy tale magic. We even ran into a couple of American fans who excitedly asked for autographs and a photo. I couldn't help but marvel at it. Ava and I had really become this perfect couple in so many people's eyes. Mr. Vance, we love you and Ava so much. We wish you a lifetime of happiness, the girl said, her face flushed as she handed me her notebook. After signing, Ava leaned in, a wicked grin on her face, and whispered in my ear, Honey, should we give the fans a little treat? Before I could react, she pulled me close and planted a sweet, lingering kiss on my lips. The fans around us erupted in squeals, the flashes of their cameras blinding. I felt a little awkward. What are you doing? Everyone's watching. Her smile only grew brighter, her eyes sparkling with a bold, carefree light. What's there to be afraid of? We're a legally married couple. For the final stop on our journey, we returned to where it all began. Sunlight streamed through the floor-to-ceiling windows of our home. I sat at the desk by the window, typing the final period on the last page of the story. Ava wrapped her arms around me from behind, resting her chin on my shoulder. Is it finished? She asked softly. I nodded, turning to bury my face in her warm embrace. It's finished. Our story. She stroked my cheek gently, her eyes full of love. Our story, she whispered, is to be continued.